The Q Austin is an empowerment project of AIDS Services of Austin, and it is dedicated to making a difference in the lives of young, gay, transsexual, bisexual, and questioning men ages 18 to 29 by building a safe, affirming, and healthy community which empowers them to have safer sex. We specifically offer free, confidential HIV and syphilis testing, fun and engaging events, discussion groups, and volunteer opportunities. Here's what a few of our volunteers think of the Q Austin.
The Q Austin to me means coming home after a long day at work to one of the best extended families that I've ever been a part of, and getting a real big hug that's very much needed at the end of the day. I know this place has helped me out a lot. I needed an internship in order to graduate with my bachelor's degree, and I was so grateful to find this place, and I graduated. And so I couldn't have asked for a better internship than the Q.
The Q is all about family and knowing that you're a part of something bigger, and education, really getting to know people.
For me, the Q is a space that we all, for example, gay, bisexual, queer men, all of us together collectively create a space that really proves that we are much more than just public health figures or statistics. But for example, through our events and throughout volunteer opportunities, for example, I've helped out with, for example, the book club, and those events and those discussions really showing, kind of really talking to the fact that our lives as queer, bi, and also gay men are not multidimensional, but also complex. And we create a safer space for that as well.
The Q means to me having a good place to talk about sex and learn about sex. For me, I came to the Q when I was 19 years old, and I now become very versed on what it means to be a sex-positive person. So when I talk about sex and when I engage in sex, I feel like a responsible person who knows what to do and what we should.
My favorite thing about the Q is that it gives us a space where we can come and be honest with one another.
I love the sense of community here. In the year plus that I've been in Austin, the Q's been one of the most consistent places where I could come to enjoy myself, be myself, and meet other queer men.
To me, the Q means a group of really cool queer guys getting together and really building a family here, all around our activism and our ideas, and we get to learn from each other, and you really get to develop some really cool friendships here.
I joined the Q about a year ago. I just decided to volunteer for one of their events, which is the roller derby back in May. And I didn't really know what the Q was about or anything like that. But after that event, I decided to become a lot more involved with the Q through their core group and just planning events. And with that, I learned not only a lot about myself, but along with gay and queer culture and how to protect myself sexually. A lot of things that I would not have learned if it weren't for the Q. So last year I was still in high school. I was still having to deal with actually graduating high school. But afterwards with the Q, I found a great group of guys, these gay men, that really took me under their arms and taught me so much that I would not have learned on my own. And it really comes to show that when it comes to protecting yourself sexually and stuff like that, it's really not as helpful to just log on to the internet and ask these questions, but rather learn in person through hearing different stories. And the Q allows that. Having this queer space where people can go, you have this constant revolving door of different opinions and different people with different life experiences that you can just soak in and learn so much from. I really would not be, honestly, I would not be who I am today if it weren't for the Q staff, the core group members, and everyone that's come into the Q. And I'm really grateful for that. Within this past year, I've seen that I've become more of a role model and a figure for my peers, and I'm really proud of myself for being that person in my friend group. I have a lot of people come to me with different questions, and I try to give them some kind of resources, if not just lead them on to the best person that I can, which is what I think the Q really develops in these core group members and young gay, bi, and questioning men that come into the Q, is not only helping them and giving them resources for themselves, but also creating these figures that go out into the gay community and teach them and teach their friends about these kind of things, especially through Below the Belt. Below the Belt, which is that monthly sex talk that we have. Well, I was personally really mind blown the first time I went in. These sex facts, how to protect yourself, are not really things that you're just gonna find out on the internet and that they don't really teach you in school. So I know definitely going to Below the Belt, I've been able to protect myself a lot more than I ever really would have. If you don't really see it in person, you're not really gonna get the full effect of it. And I think everyone who comes to the Q definitely has some form of impact in their life, either through their sex life or queer culture, or just finding a great group of friends to hang out with at the Q and outside of the Q, which is what I really needed. It's just that good group of gay friends that you can go to for any kind of question, and I'm forever grateful for that.
For a complete list of our community events, drop-in hours, and testing times, visit the Q's website at www.theqaustin.org or connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr.